Who's doing the intro?
You want it? I'll take it if you don't.
Take it. Take it, bitch.
Talking Dicks comedy podcast.
I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Volume 109. I'm out of Tampa, Florida. That's Al Ducharme. He's in Studio City, California. Good afternoon, Alfred. How are you?
Well, do you see the Band-Aid on my skull? Do you see the Band-Aid?
Oh, there it is. I do.
There it is.
Yeah.
I went to the dermatologist, and because of the pandemic, I put it off for like 6 or 7 months. And then I had a little something going on here, and I didn't know what the heck it was. So they took a biopsy.
He took out your brain.
He thinks it's just a thingamajiggy. I don't even know what you call it, but he cauterized it.
I think I'd go to another doctor if he said that. I think it's a thingamajiggy.
What's that?
I said if my doctor said if he said I think it's a thingamajiggy, I go.
He says if it's a thingamajiggy, what I just did to it, it might leave a tiny little scar, but it should be gone, and that's the end of it. But we're taking a itty bitty micro biopsy. We're going to send it out. We'll get the results in a week, and if it's anything a little bit more than that, we're going to have to take a little bit more out. But you're going to have to have a little microplastic surgery to reduce
geez. You told him this is the moneymaker, right? This is the whole thing.
Yeah, he knows that. He always tries to crack jokes. I don't like it when he's like probing me, with a little scalpel.
No, we don't want it.
So
Civilians don't need jokes.
No.
Leave it to the pros.
But he loves comedy. So I asked him, I said, because of the pandemic and me not coming for 6 or 7 months.
Hey, now.
Is that the issue? He goes, no. Actually, you got it at the very beginning stages because most people ignore it for like a year or two because they're like, that's nothing.
I never noticed it. I've
heals
talked
and goes
to you
away.
Twice a week. I would look at you. I've never seen it.
Well,
I saw that thing on your nose. That thing is horrid.
Oh, that was a blemish or a pimple, a blind pimple.
I would have had that one looked at. That thingamajiggy should have been looked at.
He did. He
also.
goes, oh, you had a little thingy thing there. Not a thingamajiggy.
You should have guessed a doctor. What the hell?
His name is Vincent, and he has a garage. He does it at home. No,
well, that sounds legit.
I said no. I tried popping, and it wasn't ready. He went, and then of course a few days later, I put some heating pads on it and wet cloths, and it
brought it up.
It went bum bum bum,
and I squeezed it.
Yeah. I squeezed it, and it was like a scene from Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
I've been slimed.
Yeah. Well, you're on the rebound now. You're on the mend.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the mend. I had a similar, but not the same, but similar incident on Friday. I had to get a physical for the big cruise contract.
That's right.
The 6-monther. But I had a physical, and it was by the way, I found out how blind I am without glasses.
Oh,
It's like, read the chart and tell me what the lowest. I go, I'm going BQ3. She's like, what? Do you wear glasses? I go, for distance. She's like, oh, well, yeah, good, because none of that's on the chart. There's no B, there's no 3, there's no Q. I'm like, oh,
okay. As a matter of fact, you're looking out the window at the billboard. So.
And the hearing test, they go, we're going to now in the hearing test. It was like a hearing test from 1902. She stands behind me and whispers. No, it was nothing.
Oh, it was like caveman.
She was like, 74. I go, 74? Okay, your hearing's fine. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? All right.
What was that, Cerno de Bergerac?
Yeah.
They lean in and...
Yeah.
Wow.
So at the end, they go, we need a chest x-ray. I go, all right. So I do the chest x-ray. I'm standing there. I get the x-ray. They go, okay, you're all set. Just wait in the waiting room for 5 minutes, and we'll tell you you're good. You can go out of here. I go, great. So I'm sitting in the waiting room. 5 minutes comes by, and the door opens, and this doctor comes out who looks like a guy playing a doctor in a comedy sketch, like Carol Burnett, like Tim Conway or somebody, big eyebrows and whacked out hair, kind of like a.
So he came out and said, Romas, we got to get back to the future.
Very, very similar to that.
Because
yes,
of the pandemic and the cruise ships. You see, I tied it all in.
Yeah, it was nice. And he had the clipboard, and he goes, hey, we're looking at your x-ray. And I go, yeah. He goes, I see some scarring on the lung. Is there any issues with that? Have you had issues? What are you doing?
I'm
I don't
smoking a
smoke.
cigar.
Oh, well, that doesn't count. And so I go, scarring? He goes, yeah, the lung. Got some scarring? I go, no, I've never had any issues. And then he looks around and he goes, are we alone? To the waiting room because there's no one in here. And I go, yeah, there's no one here. He goes, I'm not saying it's cancer. And I'm like,
what?
What? What's going on here? He goes, I'm not saying it's cancer. And I'm like, what are you saying? What's going on? I'm not, the fuck's happening? So he goes, I'm sending it to radiology and I'll be back in a few minutes with the results. And he walks away. And I just sit there like, what just happened? I don't even know so I start Googling scarring, lungs.
Oh, no.
While
you're waiting for the results?
While I'm waiting for the results, it's hard. I'm just Google scarring, lungs, x-rays, and it's a lot of awful stuff. And I'm thinking, well, that's it. I've got lung cancer. And even if I don't have lung cancer, I have scarring. And the cruise is going to say, well, we can't bring you on ship. There's no contract. There's no money. Everything's over. I'm going to go fucking jump off the Skyway Bridge. This is the end. It's the end. So about 10 minutes pass and door opens up and the old timer comes out with the clipboard again, unclips the board, hands me the sheet of paper and goes, completely clean.
Holy shit.
I go, that's really what I said. And then I go, why would you say that? He goes, I like to be thorough. I'm sorry. That's what I do. I like to be thorough.
No, it was the timing of the bedside manner, even though you're in the waiting room.
You don't say cancer.
You don't throw out the C word. You say, hey,
you don't know it.
You just say, hey, you know what? There's something that's not clear on the thing. We're going to send it down, have someone else take a look at it.
I don't think he even had to tell me that. I think he could have just sent it and come back. Then when it comes back, I get invited into his office to discuss what maybe there is a problem.
Yeah, is there anybody here? That's crazy.
Yeah, that was insane. It was like a.
Oh my God! You could have had a heart attack from stress.
Yes, and luckily they did my blood pressure and all that prior to that because blood pressure was perfect. Mm-hmm. It would have been fucking through the roof.
Sure.
I was sitting there melting down. Believe me, it was over. My Google search is all just Now, lungs,
as you're telling me the story, I'm totally conflicted because mm-hmm. You're not just my partner. You're a very good friend of mine. I'd like to think. Anyways, I send I send you a check every year, and but I'm thinking maybe I can get these cruise ship contracts.
Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch!
That's the comic in me.
Of course.
Only because I want to cover you until you recover.
Oh, of course. Yes. Yeah, I can see that. I want no one else out there but you while I'm on my deathbed with in my whatever. What was those things called? Where you kept going out. Remember those metal things back in the 1800s? People a lung
iron
something.
Lung?
An iron lung.
Ding,
That's
ding, ding.
I'm not saying you're going to need an iron lung.
Can you hear me in there?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was like a walk-in
I had all this image of them doing like a procedure on you right there in the office. Hold on a sec. Let me show you what I thought they were gonna do to you. Hold on a second.
This guy should have retired 80 years ago.
This is what I thought. This is what I thought.
Holding on doesn't make great radio. I'm gonna keep talking.
Can you hear this? Did you hear that?
No.
Because you were talking.
His brain, you bloody baboon.
No.
You're not hearing this.
We don't hear it. No.
Oh, all right. Well,
no. This is why I continue to talk.
You've taken his brain, you bloody baboon.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier with your scarring up on your forehead.
You bloody baboon.
You cut out his brain.
You've taken his mind. All right, I'm back.
Yeah,
we're back. I'm sorry. That was a visual.
So that was quite a and that was a morning. So I had a fast. So I'm hungry. I haven't had coffee. I have this full physical, and then this fucking quack comes out to tell me I'm not saying it's cancer. I'm like, who says this? It's 9:30 in the morning, sir. What the fuck is going on right now? So then I leave. Oh, here's the clinker. I leave. I drive away. I call the cruise company. I say because they say call us when it's complete. I call when it's complete. The woman goes, all right, sounds good. Did you get an MMR shot?
MR?
I go,
a Mercer?
She's like, okay, good. Do you have the paperwork? Forward it to us. the paperwork.
How old is she? 28?
The paperwork.
The paperwork. That is
our...
in stone somewhere in the archives on Long Island in some cave. Kink, 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 kink. Iron lung reference.
Holy shit. I go, no, I don't have the paperwork. She's like, well, can you get it? I go, no, I can't get the paperwork.
Archaeologists have found Al Romas' paperwork from when he was 2.
I'll get Indiana Jones on the fucking case.
Do they want you to
no
retest or?
So she goes, well, you got to turn around and go back and get an MMR shot. I go, are you kidding? I pull over. I'm like, are you kidding me? She's like, no, we needed to show that you have the MMR. You can't do this without it.
Did you tell, was she Bosnian? Did you tell that you're a United States citizen, born and raised?
I'm a goddamn American. I'm a white man.
He's a white male American.
Of
course he has all this shit.
Where's my privilege? Where's anything?
Oh,
Jesus.
my God. They're taking away your privilege.
I know. So I go back in, and they're like, because the woman saw, the receptionist felt bad. She saw the whole thing. She was like shaking her head, like, and I go, I'm back. She's probably thinking, you want to kill that doctor? You're going to shoot him? Is that what you walk in with a gun and just start killing everybody? So I go, no, I need a MMR shot. She's like, oh, okay. So I sat down. Okay. They're it's a clinic that does everything. So they 10 minutes, nurse came in, MMR, done. I can't get the mumps or measles. How about that? I'm vaccinated.
Yeah, but I'm thinking you just had the J&J shot, one shot, and now you're sticking
thing in your body. It was over a month. They did check.
I understand that, but
I stick a lot of things in my body, sir. We're all good.
Are you sailing with Jim David?
Plus, I got to get a flu shot this week.
Abort!
All
right.
So that was that. That's all the medical nonsense for that week. And the cruise will be 1 week from whatever it is, Sunday, when this is airing Monday. So Sunday I will be flying off to parts unknown to begin a 6-monther.
And you're doing a couple of days of quarantine in the beautiful island of St. Martin in Philipsburg,
I am.
Correct?
That looks like that's a sweet quarantine, by the way. That hotel they sent me, that's a sweet one. 3 days, there will not be a problem. I'll enjoy that.
Is that the one that's on the hillside but then goes down to the beach after you cross the road? That's the one I stayed at.
I don't know.
And there's a restaurant right on the water.
Oh, well, I can't go to the restaurant if I'm quarantined. Isn't that how that works? I would believe that there would be sort of a room service while I'm on the balcony smoking a cigar.
Because if you did go down to the restaurant and you charged it to your room, that would be a trail.
Done.
That would be a trail.
And that's not even a ship thing. That's St. Martin's thing. The quarantining coming from another country. That's their policy.
But you're going to have your J&J paperwork.
That fucking vaccination seems like it means nothing. Have you noticed that? You get a vaccine.
I don't know. I've gotten laid twice.
It doesn't seem like it means anything, though, to anyone. People just don't, it's like, you still will do this, this. I'm like, I've been vaccinated. I don't understand.
I just walk up to hot chicks now and say, listen, I talked to my wife, and she's with me on this, that I have to share my vaccination with younger women. 20s and 30s.
And that works
now.
for you? Is that working well?
I say, no.
Do you show them the thing on your nose and the thing on your forehead? And do you do any? Oh, you don't do that?
I was just making jokes, my man. Obviously, I look like
I don't want to be mean.
Fighter. I
don't want to be.
I look like Burgess Meredith from Rocky.
Yeah,
You need this guy's gonna knock you to Mars.
You need management.
You need management, kid.
Yeah, it was today when I was my niece Olivia. I want to wish her happy birthday. She's 18 years old.
Birthday to you, Olivia.
18.
Happy birthday to you, Olivia.
And we were speaking on the phone, and she was mentioning the pod. We were talking a little bit about it, and I said something about you or mentioned you, and then she said, "Why are you so mean to him? He seems like such a nice man."
Well, she's young and naive. Actually, she's actually smarter than the bunch of us.
He's not a nice man. That's why I'm mean to him. You son of a bitch.
Hannah's got quite the head on her shoulders as well. I don't know what happened to the rest of your family.
I don't know, but yeah, she wore it. Sent me a picture. I sent it to you. She was wearing a Two Dicks T-shirt.
I know.
At the University of Maryland. That takes guts. That takes guts to wear one of our shirts with the Two Dicks, and it's very brave.
I don't think she left her dorm, but yeah, that was brave.
I hope not. I hope not. Very brave. Very brave. So,
well, let's just say this about your nieces. They're wonderful, and they've been supporters of ours from when we were doing the Two Dicks web series.
The very beginning.
Yes,
the very beginning. Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
happy birthday to Olivia.
Happy birthday, Olivia.
My sister Linda. This will air Monday. I won't say her age, but her birthday's Tuesday.
Happy birthday,
the 21st. Mm-hmm. And then Hannah will be the next week, the 26th. Wow.
You get them all out of the way.
All out of the way.
That's terrific. I wanted to go back and talk to you about the why are you so mean to your friends? Are you friends? Kevin Flynn tells that story about he has his 6 or 7-year-old daughter in the back seat, and there's a couple of us in the car with him, and we get to our destination, we get out, and she says, "Dad, what? I mean, are those your friends?" And he's like, "Yeah, they're like my best friends." She goes, "Why are you guys so mean to each other?"
Yeah, well, those are comics.
There's two means: being an asshole to somebody and saying that guy's a dick, and then being the mean. The way friends are to one another, that makes you laugh. You take a jab. You and I do that. That's part of our chemistry.
Well, yeah, and comics are just you that's what you do to your friends. We're comics. It's just ball breaking.
But there are rules. You're not supposed to do it. Yes, you're not supposed to do the ball breaking in front of people you don't know, especially if they're civilians.
Who hangs with civilians? Not me. It's not easy. It's not easy hanging with those civilians.
It's a lot of work. There's a lot of pretending. It's like you laugh at their jokes.
Yeah. I was telling John Consoli, I saw my buddy John Consoli this weekend, and I was telling him one of the hardest parts about this dating app thing is after being around comedians all my life, when a girl is telling what she believes is a funny story, you know what I mean? And it is. It's a funny story, but I don't laugh out loud kind of deal. I'm just like, say I'm having a little drink going, I go, yeah. I go, that's great. And a lot of times they've said like, oh, like what? That's not funny. Like because a civilian guy might be laughing.
Right.
But I'm like, I'm not going to be, it takes a lot to make me outwardly laugh.
Well, we're conditioned. I mean, I can watch a comedian with my arms crossed in the back of the room, not in the front row, and go, just stare at him. And the crowd's going bananas. And I can go, wow, this guy's funny without cracking a smile.
Right. Yeah, that's how I
said guy or a woman.
One of the only guys seriously, and that's why he was a guest last one, Mark Norman. His special made me actually laugh. He has lines in there that I was laughing. Yeah. And I was like, holy shit, I haven't done this in a long time.
Yeah, and not only that, just talking to him, he's so honest, and he's very, very funny. And thanks for hooking him, getting him on here. You forget, when we're comedians, so we consider ourselves all equal on one level. But then when someone breaks out or they're ascending, you're like, okay, can we get them?
Yeah, and he's super cool too. Yeah. Which was nice. It wasn't any games. It was just like, yeah, I'll do it. I don't care. Speaking of which, we have a game to play right now. I don't know if we have maybe we'll create a title here, but I'll call this one. Let's get a drum roll or something in the background here. Guess the guest. I have booked our next guest, and your job, Alfred, will be to guess the guest. We'll do yes and no questions here, and I will only answer with a yes or a no. You will begin now. I'll give you, let's say, 20 questions if we need 20, but I don't think you'll need 20. So guess the guest.
Okay.
Play at home.
Is it Tim Dillon?
No, it is not Tim Dillon. But he's let's just say he's on deck and he's picking up a bat. He's Tim Dillon. If you know Tim Dillon, he's a very good possibility. But no, not Tim Dillon.
All right.
19 to go. That was a good guess, though, Alfred.
I just thought it would have been funny if you just said, "Yep,
Well, it was big.
Okay, has this
One
person,
down.
Has this person? Have they had their own sitcom at one time or another?
They had their own
Successful
sitcom. No,
or failed? Pilot.
they have not. I don't know. No,
Okay.
they have not had a pilot.
Okay. Is this person? Do they have a relative who's also a comedian?
No, they do not have a relative.
So it's not Dennis or Brian Regan. Okay.
No, another. Ooh,
Yeah.
Brian would be a great guest. That's a good one. Let's jot
I
that
love
down.
Brian, but Dennis equally.
Well,
not,
I can get Dennis. I can get Dennis tomorrow.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Dennis doesn't have the fame, but he's got the. He's
Right.
such a good comic.
Yeah, but we want followers. You know what I mean? We need guys with followers.
Dennis has got. He's got a little. He's got some true fans.
Well, I'll have to go through Dennis to get to Brian. So we love you, Dennis. I'm just saying.
We should get them
You know.
both.
Oh, that'd be. That's
They
a
did
whole.
the
Let me jot that.
Nantucket Comedy Festival.
Let me
a few
jot
years
that
ago.
down. Do they know you? Maybe you'll. I know Dennis pretty well.
I know both of them.
All right, get on that.
But it has been many years for Brian since we worked
Mm-hmm.
together in Nevada, but
Yeah.
in Reno.
All right. Continue on with guests.
Okay,
The
sorry.
guest.
The guest. Is it a man?
Yes, he is a man.
Okay, because you don't
Question.
have women
Question. I booked
Just
Helen
kidding.
Keeney.
Helen Keeney
booked
and
Helen
Bernadette
Keeney.
Pauly. We've had two women on. We've
That's
had two
right.
women.
That's right. And that's
Before
plenty.
Helen was the first guest.
She was our. Was she? Yeah, she was our first. She's been a repeat
Twice.
guest
She's
also.
been twice
Bernie's
as
been a
well.
repeat guest,
Yes.
and Helen. And have we had any other repeaters? I think that's it.
Nope.
No.
Okay, so
But
it's a guy. It's a dude. Did this person have a comedy special on Comedy Central?
no,
You didn't do your homework.
no comedy special.
None on Netflix. Nothing.
No,
Okay. Wow. Okay.
no.
Is this person based out of New York City?
Yes,
Jesus Christ!
the
You
tri-
didn't. You have no. You don't even know who you have.
Yes.
Why
I
don't
do.
you guess who it is?
I'm milking it a little bit. I'm milking it for entertainment. He's in the tri-state area, so not New York per se. Tri-state area. Guess the guest.
Jersey. Guess the guess. You're not even keeping
Question
track.
6.
Oh, why you are okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is this person older than 40?
Yes.
Jersey 40. Is this person a guitar act?
No. We only have one guitar act we allow on this show. That's
Pat Godwin.
Pat Godwin.
Very funny.
That's it. We draw the line on. And we close our podcast with the great Kenny Moore, of course. But
And we haven't had John Joseph on yet.
And we probably won't. Guess the guest. No, go ahead. He's welcome anytime. Once he starts getting followers.
Oh my God.
Guess the guest.
I think people are going to tune out. Can we just?
What? Tune out there. They're on the edge of their seats. They're guessing the
Here's
guest.
a question. Do they know me?
Well, that's a good. How would I know that? You've bumped into him in your comedy career. You've left a club. He's been in the club. You've hung. I don't know if you've hung out ever, and you certainly know who he is. He's I give you many followers on the Instagram and the Twitter and the Facebook. Very popular. Big numbers.
Big numbers.
Big numbers, but not a particularly a guy maybe our age roughly. So not a young Mark Normandy, but viral guy our age. That's a big clue. Should have got that one. Guy's gone viral many times.
Many times viral?
Many times viral. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No? You want to bail?
I got to bail. Just for our audience. I'm
disappointed. I thought you would have guessed the guest.
Drum roll,
right.
Please.
The man behind Bread and Milk.
Vic DiMatteo!
Oh, DiBattista will be our guest on.
That's a big guest.
Not the next one, but the one after that. The one after the next one, whatever that is. Volume probably 111, I think, or something like that. Yeah.
I have not seen Vic in many, many years, but he used to come into the city from New Jersey and go to Dangerfields, and the comics would go in the back of the room and watch him annihilate because he was just so silly.
He was, remember the mannequin heads?
Yes, on the mic stand.
He was a killer.
Oh, God.
But he just did his thing in Boca, the Boca Black Box. He and Dice did a show together, sold out 2 shows. They're doing a bunch more now. And he was a guy who drove a garbage truck in the morning and then did comedy at night. And then the garbage truck, we'll let him tell all this. But then he was driving a school bus with his wife as they called the matron. It was for handicapped children. And he released a little video that he was going to a race. He was about to hit a race on it. He goes, that's stupid. I'm not going to put it out. And he just put it out, bread and milk, and that thing every winter recycles and goes viral again.
20 million views or something.
I think
crazy.
He either put an addition on his house or a bathroom just from that video. And then as he went viral, he's moved now and he's killing it.
I think he renovated his house and put an addition on it. Here's you, or a bathroom.
I don't remember.
Bread and milk, he put a new toilet in. He replaced the wax ring.
Originally, I think he built another bathroom onto his house just from that video. That was my point, just from that little video. But he's one of those guys. He went from just being a club killer comedian to a guy who can just sell out a show very easily.
Yes, garbage truck, school bus, doing gigs. He did a lot of those. Long Island, New Jersey, Connecticut.
Sure.
Fundraisers, private parties, restaurant gigs, and always killing it. And then the viral video gives him a bigger audience, and then people come to see how funny he actually is.
And then not long after that, he had one where he sat in his car and he ranted about, what's his name? Justin Bieber had just crashed his car in Miami, and Vic went off on that, and that went viral. And then that was, if you can go viral, it's great, but if you can back it up with another one, then it's like, whoa, people really get to know the name. And so, yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. But
what the hell? Is that him? Is he calling you?
What the hell's going on? I don't know.
You had a call coming in.
I think that was a car warranty call. My car warranty's up. I don't know. They're very good. They're very nice about it. They really give a shit about my car and my warranty. So.
Same thing. They called me right after you. I guess, because of they're following us on the podcast.
Of course, on the Instagram, on the Twitter, on the Facebook. So anyway, look for that, folks. Vic DiBattista joining the Talking Dicks very, very soon.
Well, that was very exciting. I'm going to have to chop the hell out of that.
I thought it was a good game. I like games like that.
It was a good game, but I don't think I had you know what it is? They've taken my mind.
But that's, yeah.
My brain.
Well, I thought you'd get it a little quicker. I got to be honest.
All right, I just want to tell you the update on the feral cat, the half feral cat that we have coming into the house. And if you're not
this will keep the listeners. They're all sitting there going, enough with this guess the guess. Where's the feral cat update? Go ahead.
Well, I went in with a flashlight, and it has a penis, so it is now. We know it's a male. And it doesn't have testicles, so we know that it was fixed. So the question is whether or not it got lost, it was abandoned, or if it was a feral cat, someone took it in, had it snipped, and then set it free again. But he's been living outside for the past several years, and we finally were able to get him to go through. We have a cat door, and we were able to get him to come in. And he's been hanging out, and he's become a little love bug. But he came in yesterday, and he was crawling across the floor like he was an army guy, just like very, very paranoid. So I looked out the window, and my neighbor's cat was in our driveway, and I'm like, oh, he's spooked by the neighbor's cat, And then he just bolted out the door, went down the tree, zoom, and we haven't seen him. So,
he's gone.
Yeah. And Bernadette is heartbroken because it took us years to get him to come inside and feel comfortable.
Why was how did he get out?
Well, we have it's a puppy door, but it's small.
He went through the doggy door.
He went through the doggy door. Kitty doggy door. Yeah.
Wow. Well, on the plus side, got to be positive. You will now get some sleep.
I had a good night's sleep last night, and Bernadette,
there you go.
Bernadette did not because she was concerned about him.
Well, she'll get, sadly, it'll pass, but,
So Peter the possum.
Maybe he'll be back. Maybe he'll come walking back like one of those videos.
But
30 years from now.
Yeah. Peter the possum, who triggers our security cameras.
Mm-hmm. You named him?
Peter Possum. He came by last night. I kept triggering it, and so the cameras would go off, and Bernadette was like, is it? We called him the cat is Jasper. We named him Jasper. She's like, is it Jasper? Is it Jasper? So I gave her a couple glasses of wine. She went right out.
Yeah. Put a Cosby in her. I
put a Cosby in her.
Yeah.
I shared my vaccine with her. I gave her a shot.
Hey now, that's how we open the show. Now it wraps up. Look at that. He puts a bow on it like a pro. Goodbye, everybody.
We'll see you next time.
Woo!
Patreon.com/The2Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
What?
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
No, really, don't mess with me, because I don't come down to the bus station and slap the dick out of your mouth when you're working, do I? Oh, get on up here, motherfucker. Give me security. I'm sorry, man. The guy fucking came at me. What do you think, folks?
No way.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary.
Patreon.com/forward-the-2dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.